Okay, we're picking up Angel now. We're about to head over to the gym. We are hitting back, we're hitting shoulders. We are doing most likely pull-ups because the last two sessions or last week we did pull downs both times because I think on the second day that we were supposed to do pull-ups, the machine was taken, so we or the assisted pull-up machine was taken, so we couldn't we just ended up doing some pull downs, which felt pretty good. But today, hopefully, we're going just a tiny bit earlier. It's about, we're probably gonna get there around 3:15, and so that's usually around the time where not a lot of folks are there. So it's gonna be I'm hoping it's gonna be pretty much empty, which is gonna be nice. It's gonna give me a little bit more room to set up the camera, that way it's not it's as discreet as possible. It's not in the way or anything. But yeah, so super excited to do some pull-ups because we haven't done those in about a week. And those, honestly, I always feel them. They feel pretty good. And I feel like those are for sure a big contributor to the lag gain. So don't sleep on your pull-ups if you are not doing them, or if you're just too lazy to do them or whatever. Don't skip out on them, because you are skipping out on gains. They are essential. I will say that much. But we also have the pre with us. The Ziploc bag, we've got one for Angel. We're rocking with the high blueberry. We ran out of the BPN one that we had. The reason that we were using that one for a little bit was because I had an automatic subscription on Amazon, and it got sent to me, and because it's like I guess like a food product, I guess they don't accept any returns, so they didn't want to take it back. So I just had a bunch of pre-workout, man. I also bought one before then. I think it was a hide I think it was a fruit punch or something like that, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But Angel's coming in right now. I picked him up a little bit late today, actually, because I had some work. So we're picking him up just a tiny bit late. He's probably gonna change at the gym. How's school?
Yeah.
So
Well,
okay. Let's take this pre, and then let's continue this car talk. Nice. Okay. So I learned my lesson not to drink it hella fast, because last time we ended up choking on the pre-workout, so, and it wasn't fun. I was out for like 10 minutes. My throat was like burning. Uh, and that happened to Angel, I think, like a week before that happened to me, and I was making fun of him. So it's just funny. We're hoping that in this upcoming week I'll shoot my what's it called, my day of eating for an Instagram short that I wanted to create. So I'm gonna try to see what I can mess around with, and see how I can get a bit creative, or whatever, I can add my own flair. But we are we're gonna try to make that happen, just because some friends have also asked what I they're kind of curious to see what I eat every single day for my cuts or my bulks, and what that food consists of, mostly like on a diet, and how I get so much protein in, because they wanted to get some ideas. So I wanted to create that, so then that way not only my friends can get some ideas as to what I kind of like some tips and tricks that I use for cutting, but also the general public too, for folks who are also on a diet, and maybe they watch one of my videos and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll make that low carb, low calorie, macro friendly pizza that they saw in my video or whatever. So we're gonna be working on that. I just need to not get lazy on recording it, because it's also gonna take a little bit more time, and I have to work, and then I also have to make the long form videos for the entire lift and everything. So it I have to make some time. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer than I would like, because I have to really kind of plan it a little bit too. And then it can sometimes come around a time where I also need to re-up with the groceries. So then I have to wait till then. We have to wait till then until like we end up getting more groceries. So then that way I can actually like do the whole video and everything. But talking about groceries, we're actually running out of Oikos. I need to go to Costco pretty soon to pick up more Oikos, because those have been man, ever since I started eating those, they have been a game changer. I started off like drinking some other I think it was this other brand that I forgot. It had like this cheesecake flavor that I thought was pretty good, but but then I saw Oikos and I was like, oh, let me try this out. It turned out to be better. It was like so much better. And so now I learned a kind of a new trick to make it taste so much better. So before I would get I always get the variety pack from Costco. And so I get the mixed berries, strawberries, and vanilla. And before, vanilla was like my least favorite flavor because I just thought it was so bland. And then now my least favorite flavor is the mixed berries. That's typically the one I don't want to eat as much, just because it's a little bit more sour. But what I started doing with my vanillas is that I started adding zero sugar chocolate pudding mix. Oh my god, it has changed the vanilla flavor, and it changed the consistency. It's literally like I'm eating like jello, like pudding, like chocolate pudding that has hella protein. It has been so good, and it's like so low calorie. So I've been eating that in the mornings, and I just been substituting that a little bit with the mangoes that I used to eat, because it's way more or less calorie. And then sometimes what I do is I just like it gives me a little bit more room to eat a little bit more throughout the day, when I just leave my calories just a little bit lower in the morning. And so that was just kind of a trick that I started implementing now to keep me just a tiny bit more full. Is just to implement some pudding, some Jello mix that's zero sugar on there, and it's super low calorie, and it makes the oikos taste so good, and it keeps me pretty full. Honestly, I feel like the consistency, because it changes the consistency to a little bit more something a little bit more dense. I feel like it makes me feel a little bit more fuller, and so then it makes me wait a little bit longer for my next meal. And then during lunchtime today, I ended up eating what did I end up making? Some pizzas actually. I made some low calorie pizzas with some carb balanced tortillas from Mission, I think is the brand. Threw in some light mozzarella from Trader Joe's, like I've been mentioning, because the macros are just so good. And then I threw on some turkey pepperoni, which has uh, less less fat than the regular pepperoni. And in the serving sizes are pretty good. You get 30 pieces for a serving size, so it's hella good. We were eating that earlier. And then I made also a chicken quesadilla with kind of the same ingredients. The only thing that instead of the protein for the turkey pepperoni, I did uh I did the fillets that I like from Kirkland. So that was pretty good. So I've been doing some low carb chicken quesadillas, or kind of some low carb, I guess, pizza quesadillas that I've been kind of making, that I made today too. I kind of made them yesterday too, and they were pretty good. But we are about to get to the gym now. We actually have to find some parking. hopefully we find something pretty close, so that way we don't have to walk a bunch. Because even though we have that backpack, our our gear is pretty hefty, and I end up feeling it sometimes in my traps the next day. Okay, let's see what we start off with. Let's do our first working set of pull-ups. Angel keeps whining because he doesn't wanna do these. He wants to do pull downs. But I have to push him to do these or else he's not gonna do them. But we're gonna do these without assistance, I think, for the first two. And then I think we're gonna pull down. We're gonna grab a cable machine and do a little bit of some pull downs to finish our third set. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, that was pretty good. We're gonna do one more or two more just like that. We'll see. That felt pretty good. You want to grab the other one? You got excited too. He was about to do some pull downs and skip out on these. And then I was like, okay, it's open, but it turns out that it's out of order and it just didn't have a seat. It just looked open. Okay, let's go ahead and do our second set, so then we can move over to some type of row. Oh no, not row. I'm sorry. We're gonna do what is it called? Crossbody. And so we're probably gonna do those afterwards for two sets like we usually do, and then move on to rows. But we still got a ways to go actually. I'm getting ahead of myself. But we're gonna do this one without any assistance, and I think on the last one we're gonna do a little bit of assistance, just the tiniest bit, so I can get maybe at least 2 to 3 extra reps on the last set. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's do our last set of like not makeshift, but like a little bit of a combo of two pull-ups and one pull down. And I think we're gonna stick with this one afterwards to do our cross bodies. But we're gonna try to go as hard as we can. We're gonna try a little bit of a different handle. This one's pretty good, but you kind of can't really use the straps with this one because you can't really wrap it around because you have to grip it this way. So uh, it's just a little bit of a change, nothing too crazy. But we're gonna try it out. Try to go as hard as we can. Okay, we're gonna drop set this bad boy. We're not gonna we're not gonna drop a ton of weight. We did 170. We just dropped down to 150, so we can maybe hit it for around maybe three to four more. Oh, okay, that was pretty good. Let's see here and do some cross bodies now. Let's go ahead and let's do this. Our last, I guess you would call it lat exercise. So we're gonna do these cross bodies. We're gonna do it with just the strap. You kind of just wrap it around, kind of put it in a loop, and then we don't really use an attachment, or I don't. It just kind of depends. Sometimes you can use it with a handle. I like to not use it sometimes. It just kind of depends. Okay, we hit six, and honestly, we hit just six, so that should be fine. We're gonna hit six on our right. I think for our last one of these, we're gonna move down just a tiny bit so we can get maybe seven, eight. But these are feeling pretty good. Oh my God. Okay, that was pretty good. Let's uh let's do one more just like that. But I think we're gonna drop a little bit of weight on this next one just because the 60 felt pretty heavy. Okay, let's finish this up. Today's feeling like a pretty good day actually. I don't feel as tired as the other days. I think those carb balance tortillas are really saving me right now. We're gonna start off with our left. We got 7. Okay. Oh, that was pretty good. Let's uh let's move over to some rows now. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do our first set of rows. We're gonna do probably 3 of these and then 2 for our lower back. Let's just try to go as hard as we can on these. But honestly, sitting rows are some of my favorites. We're not gonna take off our shoes for these just because I'm wearing Jordan ones, and if anyone wears those, you know it's sometimes it's hella hard to take them off just because they're high top, and so it's just a little bit harder. So just to avoid all that, we're just gonna keep them on. Yeah. I'll be out to my. Oh, okay, let's drop that just a tiny bit, and let's do three more. Okay, let's do our uh, let's do our second set of these. These are feeling pretty good. What's making it even better is how empty the gym is today. It's uh it's quite nice, honestly. We every time we come during the other times of the week, it's always hella busy. So it's nice to be here when it's a little bit slower. Whew, okay, we're pause setting this. We're gonna hit it for three more. I'm gonna just get maybe 10 to 15 second rest and hit it for those last three. Okay, that was good. Let's go ahead and do this last one so then we can move over to our lower back. We're not going to use straps this time just because I don't want to go through the hassle. Okay. Fuck. Okay, that was good enough. Let's switch the handle and do some lower back. Let's go ahead and now let's do our last back exercise, which is gonna be these lower back, I guess, sitting down what rows. So we're gonna keep our elbows just clicked in just a tiny bit more, so that way we can work on our lower portion of our back. On the other movement, we had it a little bit more separate, and we're holding it a little bit more further apart, working a little bit more on our upper back. But now we're gonna do our lower back. Okay, that's pretty good. Uh, we're gonna do one more just like that. Okay, let's do our last one. We're actually, I have a pretty good amount of energy today, honestly, which feels pretty good. Unlike I think 2 days ago where I was just like I was super drained. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was, but now I feel much better. But we're gonna end up doing this for one more, maybe hit it for a solid 6 8. We're hoping, and then we're gonna move over to some lateral races with some cables. See how that goes. All right, that's enough. Let's let's move over to the lateral races now. Okay, let's go ahead and do our first set of lateral races. We're probably gonna stay here for 3 to 4 sets. You know what? Nah, we can't do 23 right now. Let's try 20. Nice. Oh, right. Okay. We did 6 on that. 6 on both. Let's do 3 more on both. Real quick. With the same weight. Great. Nice. Oh my god. That's pretty good. Let's do 2 more just like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our second one now. We're gonna stick to the same weight and just try to match the same amount of sets. Either get 1 more, get 7, or get the same amount, which is 6. You're gonna start with our left again. You got 6. Uh, okay. That's pretty. One more. And then on our last one, we're gonna do it with the dumbbells. We just went down a little bit from 20 to 17. Not a big change, but just enough to give me a few more reps. Let's start off with the lift again. Okay. So we got uh we got 8 1/4 on that one actually. Let's uh let's get the same amount on this one. He's a fucking hater, bro. I think that was good. Let's do our next one with the dumbbells. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do our final one. We're gonna do it with the dumbbells. Hit it for maybe hopefully get at least around 10 to 12. We'll see if we get that. But we're already feeling pretty pumped up, as you can see. Things are already looking pretty freaky now. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's go do some rear delts now. Let's go ahead and do our first set of these. We're probably gonna sit here for 3, and then yeah, then we should be good to go. We're gonna go home afterwards. I'm thinking I'm gonna get the massage gun and hit my trap a little bit, just because I got a little bit of a. It's a little it's acting a little weird. I think I just need to hit a little bit with a massage, or probably like just my hand massage or something, or hit it with the massage gun. We'll see. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it single handed, and then just match the reps with each hand. Uh, we got barely like 10 or 11. Let's match our right with our left. Six. Nice. All right, let's do this one. Okay, let's go ahead and do our last one. So then we can finally go home. Oh my God. Let's do let's lower just a tiny bit and finish this off. All right, let's go home. Okay. Before we end today, let's go ahead and do a quick pump check to see how we're looking from our back. Let's actually see how our back is looking now. Now that we can actually see our back,